Hello, Flystagger here with a follow-up video to what has become our single most viewed video on the channel. Almost 14,000 of you have now watched the video that is on your screen. That is where we unfortunately brake checked Kie, went and investigated, and spoiler alert if you haven't seen it already, please go and check it for more context if you wish. But ultimately our brakes were applying themselves by themselves involuntarily with no inputs whatsoever. Very strange situation which we had to go and obviously resolve. We've done that, we've resolved it, and in this video we're going to look at and revisit what the issue was, how it impacted us, and how it has been resolved. So what was the fix, and some very shocking results in terms of the difference in what it was before and after. So let's get into all of that now. So what is the issue? Well, a quick reminder, and some of you will be familiar with what you're seeing now. I found myself in a situation whereby I brake checked Kie, he went into the back of me, he got a penalty. It was my fault, clearly, because he closed around 7/10 in one apex on the very corner you're looking at now. And this was the catalyst for me to investigate something I had been suspicious of but couldn't prove. So lo and behold, spoiler alert for the previous video, it would be good if you went back and watched it. But during the testing I discovered the brakes were in fact applying themselves involuntarily after heavy braking zones, which was lowering my apex speed by as much as 16 miles per hour. That's around about 25 kilometers an hour than my intended carry speed, hence leading to the incident with Kie. So as you can see here, going through the apex, you can see the speed drops down from approximately 42 to 43 miles an hour would be the carry speed. It's now at 26 miles per hour. So how did we fix this? Well, we're going to get into that, but before we do, if you wouldn't mind hitting the like or subscribe button, or letting us know how you got on with fixing your own problems had you been watching the previous video, or if you've ever experienced this before. Also worth noting is if you can hear me talking in the background saying full or half, that is because there was audio being recorded in the live feed from the pedal cam, which I'd forgotten about, which actually will come into effect towards the end of the video. So we're going to talk about how we fixed it, but stay around to show exactly the difference and impact the fix had. So with regards to fixing it, we spoke to Fanatec. Fanatec were excellent from the very start, very engaging with us in terms of helping us out. They asked for video footage. I actually sent them the video footage from the video I made. They very quickly suggested this looks like a load cell issue. With that said, they advised that I purchase a load cell replacement. It's approximately £45, 50 euros, $50, something around that as a currency exchange. And what I'm going to show you on screen now is the two load cells, old and new, side by side. Now you're looking at those, there was no thread wires, nothing at all. They look very, very similar, almost identical, until you turn them on their side. And at this stage, that's when the difference is very obvious. You can see that the old load cell has actually, the metal structure has completely collapsed on itself and has folded in. Obviously that's had an impact on the sensors, which is triggering the brakes to brake themselves at a certain percentage. So we replaced it, and on screen now you can see that we set up the camera in the same position. I did take this opportunity to change from a 3-pedal setup to a 2-pedal setup, but I'm just pointing an arrow at where the load cell is on the V3 pedals. We've aligned the footage with the brake camera and pedal camera with the in-game footage, and we're going to go and do some laps, which interestingly enough is coincidentally the exact same track we were on. It's a different car but the same track, and we are also chasing P1's ghost, again P1 in the world, so we'll get a reference as to where our pace is at. So let's have a look at that. So just a reminder, we're chasing P1 in the world in the group 4. This is the original video. You can see we've dipped down to 26 miles an hour, completely ruined our apex, and we've lost almost a second. This is now in the group 3, again chasing P1 in the world on the exact same corner, and we're going to see what we can do here, if we can control our braking a bit better, have control, hit the apex and trail brake in with control. That was pretty good. That was 41 miles an hour, I believe. And we're with the Ghost within a tenth. Again, we're going to be a little bit more aggressive on this occasion. That's going to be 45 miles an hour. We went a little bit too far wide to the left there, so we'll have lost a little bit of time, but the control was there. And lastly, we're going to see 44 miles an hour. Really aggressive on the throttle. We've taken almost 2/10 out of the Ghost. This seems to be the optimum. So we've done 41 miles an hour. We're right inside the Ghost, and that is full 2/10 out of the Ghost on that lap. So hopefully I've been able to illustrate the difference between having a brake issue and losing 3/4 of a second, fixing the brake issue and taking almost 2/10 out of P1 on the world's Ghost at the time of making the video. And in closing, before we wrap up, I did mention earlier on we caught something on the audio from the secondary source on the pedal camera. I think it sums up an experience we've all had. Hopefully it's quite relatable. I wouldn't ordinarily share this, but I did catch it, so here it is. This is what happens behind the scenes when things don't always go quite to plan. Take care.